for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
What is up, Yankees Nation? Welcome back to Yankees Fan Central. This is your direct line from the Bronx, bringing the nitty-gritty that actually matters to those who live and breathe the pinstripes. Today is Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, and the hot stove is starting to scorch in a way that only we, the New York Yankees fans, truly understand. The tension is in the air, the anticipation is thick, and the front office is burning the midnight oil. The news I'm bringing today is the kind that defines a franchise's future for years to come. We are talking about loyalty, cold, hard business, and above all, the relentless pursuit of that World Series ring. The headline dominating the chatter around Yankee Stadium involves a name we've learned to respect and perhaps a new name that could become an idol. I'm talking about the saga involving the re-signing of Cody Bellinger and the emergence of a heavy-hitting Plan B, Kyle Tucker. Let's get straight to the point, no fluff. After a debut season in 2025, here in the Bronx that I would classify as extremely promising, the organization's number one priority, according to my sources, and the analysis of the respected Jon Heyman, is to keep Cody Bellinger. We saw what he did, his familiarity with the New York pressure, the way he handled the media, and his performance on the field created a bond. However, baseball is a brutal business. Cody Bellinger is a free agent, and the naked truth is that the New York Yankees are not alone in this race. There are sharks in the water, other franchises desperate for a generational talent who can defend and hit with power are preparing massive offers, and this is where the strategic genius of Brian Cashman and his crew needs to step up. We cannot be held hostage by just one option. As much as a fan's heart wants Bellinger back, the team needs to be prepared for a scenario where the money or the contract length offered by a rival exceeds what we are willing to put on the table. The exclusive info I'm bringing, corroborated by Jon Heyman of the New York Post, is that the front office has already drawn a clear line of action should Bellinger decide to pack his bags. We aren't talking about just any replacement or a risky bet on a rookie. We are talking about a calculated move to bring in a consolidated all-star. The name circulating the stadium corridor as the primary target, if the Bellinger negotiation fails, is Kyle Tucker. For many analysts, and I include myself in this, Tucker might arguably be the best outfielder available on the market, perhaps even more complete than Bellinger himself in certain aspects of consistency. The front office knows that losing a key piece requires a replacement of equal stature, and Tucker represents exactly that kind of security. He isn't just a consolation prize, he's a star in his own right. The mentality here is clear. If we lose an elite lefty, we bring in another elite lefty. The evil empire doesn't rebuild, we reload. The possibility of seeing Tucker in pinstripes is real and strategically makes all the sense in the world to keep our championship window wide open. Digging deeper into our technical breakdown, we need to understand who Kyle Tucker is today and what he would bring to our lineup. Tucker spent the 2025 season playing for the Chicago Cubs, and the numbers he produced there are proof of his consistency and danger at the plate. He registered a batting average of 266. It might not seem like an astronomical number at first glance, but when we look at run production, the story gets interesting. He connected for 22 home runs and drove in 73 runs, in addition to swiping 25 bases. This shows us a complete player. He has power, he has contact, and he has speed on the base paths, something our team desperately needs to manufacture runs in varied ways. Even more impressive is his track record. This was the fourth consecutive season he was voted to the All-Star game. That isn't luck, that is repeated excellence. Over his 8-year career in Major League Baseball, Tucker has accumulated an average of 273 with 147 total home runs, 490 runs batted in, and 119 stolen bases. Now let's discuss the tactical fit, because playing at Yankee Stadium demands more than just good numbers. Kyle Tucker is a right fielder by trade, a position that, as we all know, is the exclusive property of our captain, Aaron Judge. Bringing Tucker to New York would require a significant defensive shift. He would have to migrate from right to left. Yankee Stadium's left field is vast and challenging, known as the place where outfielders go to die if they don't have the legs and ball reading skills. However, the Yankees brass wouldn't make this move if they didn't have absolute certainty in Tucker's athletic ability to cover that territory. The offensive advantage is what really shines here. Tucker is a lefty batter. In our stadium, with the short porch in right field, Tucker's swing was designed by the baseball gods to exploit that dimension, adding his firepower to the lineup, mixing in with the powerful righties we already have, would give the New York Yankees a terrifying balance for opposing pitchers. If Cody Bellinger leaves, we lose his elite defense and his familiarity. But if the answer is Kyle Tucker, we would be swapping one star for another, maintaining the profile of an impact lefty bat and adding an element of speed and base stealing that can dynamize our offense. It is a luxury insurance policy. Tucker is not a plan B in the traditional sense of being inferior. He is an elite alternative. Both negotiations will be pitched battles this offseason. I believe Tucker and the Yankees are in for two of the most intriguing off-seasons in the league if everything goes well. Whether with the return of Bellinger or the triumphant arrival of Tucker, we will enter spring training with a roster ready to dominate. The message to the fans is one of confidence. The front office is active, the targets are high caliber, and the goal remains just one thing: the trophy. The situation is crystal clear. The New York Yankees aren't sitting on their hands. The priority is maintaining continuity, with Cody Bellinger capitalizing on his adaptation to the Bronx. However, identifying Kyle Tucker as an immediate target proves the franchise won't accept an offensive regression. We are facing a choice between established chemistry and a lefty offensive potential that fits Yankee Stadium's geometry perfectly. The strategic question I'm leaving you with is it worth entering a war of astronomical bids to keep Bellinger for the familiarity, or should we focus on Tucker, who offers more speed and the consistency of 4 straight All-Stars, even with the risk of the defensive adjustment to left field?